If you have bad credit and you're looking to get up to $5,000 in unsecured credit over the next, say, week or so, then listen up. I have several recommendations of a few different credit card companies that will not only be able to get you up to $5,000 in unsecured credit, but I also have some no credit pull companies as well, where they won't even pull your credit at all and they will simply issue you a credit card. So I have a lot to cover in a very short period of time. So let's get into it. Okay, so in many of my videos, I talk about how you want to get rid of your hard inquiries, and that does still stand to be true. If you want the very best opportunity to be able to qualify for the most amount of unsecured credit as possible without necessarily having a really high FICO score, then you probably should take a look at your credit reports. I always tell people to pull their credit reports. You can get your annual free credit report, or you can get a free credit report every single time you're denied credit. You get that automatically. That's a federal law. And you should always be on top of looking at your credit reports, namely looking at those hard inquiries, because a lot of people don't understand how damaging hard inquiries are, especially if you've had a number of hard inquiries in, say, like the last 6 to 12 months. That's what's hurting your FICO score the most when it comes to hard inquiries, because it will take between 3 and 8 points off your FICO score every single time you have an hard inquiry, which basically means you applied for the credit. It wasn't like a pre-screened offer or anything that you got in the mail. It's literally you typing in your information on some bank's website, for example, and you authorizing the hard inquiry. That will damage your FICO score the most. And unfortunately, the worse your FICO score is, depending on the credit reporting company, or bureau, I should say, rather, whether it's Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, will determine how many FICO score points they ding you. And so it could be up to 8 points if you have especially bad credit or you have a lot of hard inquiries. So take a look at how many hard inquiries you have. Most of your hard inquiries will probably show up on your Experian credit reports. And the good news is that if you actually dispute those hard inquiries with Experian directly, they're probably one of the easiest bureaus to have hard inquiries removed off of is Experian. So you simply send a dispute letter to Experian. I have my dispute letters that are free that you can get at getdisputeletters.com or secretcreditletters.com. Those two websites are available in the description box below this video. And you can get my hard inquiry dispute letter for free and send it in to Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Again, most of your hard inquiries are going to be on your Experian credit report. And if you have 10 hard inquiries in, say, the last 6 months, well, guess what? That can give you 80 points back if you successfully dispute all of those hard inquiries. So again, I do have that hard inquiry dispute letter on my website that you can get for free as a free download. You want to mail that off to the bureaus that have all your hard inquiries on there. Again, it's going to be mostly Experian, probably a TransUnion under that. You're probably not going to have very many on Equifax because most lenders and banks don't look at Equifax as a very serious bureau. Most of them don't trust Equifax to maintain proper records. So a lot of banks and lenders don't even waste their time with Equifax, quite honestly. So please note that the hard inquiries is the biggest thing. So the other thing, the second part of it, is that you also want to send a letter directly with the creditor that pulled your credit. And you want to send them a letter stating that they did not have what we call permissible purpose as per federal law to pull your credit. And once you send that letter in, ideally trackable mail. In fact, when you send a letter off to the credit reporting bureaus, that also needs to be trackable. And you basically need to say, you did not have permissible purpose to pull my credit. Please remove this inquiry. That's hard inquiry. And many of them will remove it right off upon request. So between you sending that hard inquiry dispute to the 3 credit reporting bureaus and also directly to the creditor themselves, you have a 95% chance of them removing. One of the 2 entities will remove that hard inquiry. And that will give you a lot of FICO score points, but it will also make it look less desperate when you are dealing with any kind of bank or lender. You're going to want to remove those. And so that brings me to the next part of this, where you can get upwards of $5,000 in unsecured credit, what we call a soft pull, a no-ding credit pull, for them to basically assess whether or not you qualify for one of these upwards of $5,000 credit cards that you can maybe qualify for without actually taking a hard inquiry hit. Now, mind you, I will warn you, because a lot of people misunderstand this part. They think, okay, well, Monica, you said it was a soft credit pull. But the very moment they approved me, it turned into a hard credit pull. Well, yes, it does with these 3 opportunities I'm about to share with you. But then there's other opportunities where you can have a no ding credit pull, which basically means they don't pull your credit at all. But that's a different kind of program, which I'm going to talk about at the end of this video. So right now I'm going to share with you how you can get a soft credit pull, not even a hard inquiry, unless, of course, you are approved. So if they don't approve you, you don't have to take the FICO score hit. You don't have to take the hard inquiry ding on your FICO score. And it's like no harm, no foul. If you didn't qualify, well, guess what? They don't do the hard inquiry, and you move on to maybe the next credit card. Now, again, if they do approve you, it does turn into a hard inquiry. So there are some companies that can get you up to $5,000 in unsecured credit, even if you have bad credit. So here are the companies. So the very first one is not a big fan favorite. Certainly not, I'm not a fan at all, but it's Capital One. Now, if you've already screwed Capital One over, then you can skip Capital One, but you can get upwards of about $3,000 even with bad credit. It's a really good second chance credit card company. I find that they're predatory. They have predatory rates. They are definitely predatory if you don't pay them. But you're not trying to get into this as far as especially rebuilding your credit if you're planning on screwing over any bank or lender. That's certainly not the idea that I want to put out there. So if you are going to be doing business with Capital One, it is a really good way to establish credit. It's a really good way to rebuild credit, but obviously the criteria has to be that you've never screwed them over before. Otherwise, they are a nationwide and certainly a worldwide recognized bank, and it's a decent bank to get started with. I certainly have had a Capital One credit card. I used to actually like my Capital One credit card because I got so many cash back benefits from it. In fact, every single year they injected thousands of dollars into my personal bank account because I was on some high-level awards program. Until one day they decided to take my Capital One credit card away from me, which included also my Kohl's card, and I think it was my Capital One Business Sparks card, which I didn't like anyway because it reported on my personal credit. The 2 credit card companies that reported on my personal credit, even though there were business credit cards, was Discover Business and Capital One Sparks, so I don't recommend that for business credit cards if you have a business. But they took away all 3 credit cards because... Ready? Wait for it. This is so ridiculous. They took it away because they decided that they made a business decision based on the past credit history I had from 2003 when I filed for bankruptcy. So therefore they closed all of my Capital One based credit cards pretty much overnight. And I think this was back in, I want to say around 2021, 2022 maybe. They just sent me a letter, and that included my Kohl's card, which is backed by Capital One. And then, of course, the Capital One Sparks, which is the business, and then Capital One. And I never screwed them over. In fact, I paid them in full every single month. And that's probably why they closed my Capital One cards, because I was not part of their business model that they were looking for. They are, in fact, looking for the predatory customer that they can prey upon. Somebody that they can ultimately screw over, somebody that they can give high interest rates to, like 29.99% APRs. And I was not that person. In fact, they had to pay me to use their card because I paid it off every single month, and every single year they were giving me thousands of dollars in cash back benefits that turned into cash directly into my bank account. So yes, I was not their ideal customer. So they said, as kind of an excuse as to why they didn't want to continue a business relationship with me, was that they were redefining their business model, and I didn't fit in with whatever stupid excuse letter that they gave me. And basically the way I read it was I just didn't make them any money, and they were looking for somebody that wanted to pay 30% every month, and that wasn't me. So they got rid of all my cards and used my bankruptcy from 2 decades prior as their excuse as to why they didn't want to do business with me. So I don't really like Capital One in that respect, but they are a good company to rebuild your credit. And I did use Capital One to help me rebuild my credit. And then it turned out that one day they gave me $15,000 or whatever it was, and then they closed my account one day. So Capital One is really good if you don't plan on screwing them over. In fact, I don't recommend that you plan on screwing any bank over. If they're trying to start, get you to the point where you are reestablishing yourself, you don't want to screw any bank over. So the Capital One is one. Upgrade Credit. I'm like, where did I get Upstart from? I'm thinking about my business stuff right now. Upgrade Credit is also a really good credit card program. They can get you unsecured up to $5,000, even if you have poor credit. And so, again, this is a second chance credit card company, so the interest rates are going to be a little higher. I always tell people when you're going into a second chance credit card situation, you want to only pick one second chance credit card because you're going to probably keep it for life. Monthly fees and all. So be prepared for that. Do research on what the monthly fees are, what the annual fees are. So then that way, when you know that you're going to be in this credit card relationship with them for, say, 15, 20 years or the rest of your life, you are prepared to pay whatever the monthly or annual fees are. And you're not going to be kicking and screaming down the road because you're like, well, Monica, I got 5 second chance credit cards. No good. No bueno. You don't want that. So please note that select only one of these second chance credit cards. And even better, you can try to do this. Actually, I shouldn't say try. If you have the right link, you can do a no hard credit pull, soft credit pull, pre-approval, and then you can decide whether or not you want to move forward with an actual hard credit pull application. So that is another option for you as well. And then the final option for you is Prosper Card. Prosper can also get you up to $5,000. And again, it's a soft credit pull situation where you can do a little looky-loo to see if you can get, some kind of approval with them. And if you're not happy with the approval or you don't get approved at all, again, no harm, no foul. You do not have to take or suffer a ding on your credit report, and you just don't get the credit at all. Now, again, it will turn into a hard inquiry the very moment you say, yes, I agree to the terms and conditions and I want this credit card, then yes, it will in fact turn into a hard credit pull. Now, what about all these other credit card companies that I was just talking about at the very beginning, whereas you don't have to have a credit pull at all? Are there such companies out there that not only do you not have to suffer a credit pull, not even a soft inquiry, not a hard inquiry, no inquiry at all, and you can get upwards of $5,000, and it will report to Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Like, what are these credit card companies? Well, if you haven't heard of Open Sky can get you a significant amount of money. I think it's upwards of $3,000. But it's not an unsecured card. This is a secured credit card that will report to Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion to help you rebuild your credit. I think the minimum opening deposit is $200, and you basically have a secured credit card, but they do not pull your credit at all. So that is an option as well. So Open Sky is a popular option when you want to start off as a secured credit with a secured credit card company. The other one is called First Progress. You can get up to $5,000 with First Progress. First Progress is also a second chance credit card company, but it's also secured. And again, they do not do a credit pull at all. So it will never show up on your credit report as a hard inquiry, even though I know you're probably thinking, well, Monica, it's a secured credit card. Why are they going to pull my credit? Yes, credit card companies do pull your credit even with a secured credit card, except for the ones that I'm talking about right now. So again, Open Sky, we have First Progress, and then the final one is probably one of my favorites. It's Applied Bank. It used to be called Applied Card Bank back in the day, and they can get you up to $5,000. But again, that's a secured credit card, no credit pull at all. So you basically type in your name, your address, your social security number, and date of birth, and you decide how much money you want to put into your secured credit card. It's almost like having a bank account that you have to basically inject money into to get the secured credit card. And then you have the credit card, and you can use this to rebuild your credit. I have 2 Applied Bank cards, and one of them I think is an unsecured card, and I think it's around, $3,000. The other one is a secured credit card that I opened up back in, I want to say 2003 or so, 2004, somewhere in there, more than 20 years ago. And that one's for $5,000. That's a secured credit card. They still have my damn money. They still have my $5,000. So remember what I said, till death do us part. You're going to have these secured credit cards or unsecured credit cards forever as second chance credit cards. So be aware of the fees, be aware of the penalties, and be aware of what you need to do or not get back when you decide to ride or die with these cards. So please note that you don't want to get involved in an Applied Card Bank or other situation where they have tons and tons of your money that you're not going to get back if you close the account. You don't want to close these accounts because you want the longevity of the accounts. So I suggest that if you're going to get a secured credit card, stick with between $500 and $1,000, an amount that's not going to kill you for the next 20 years. So then that way you can utilize that money as kind of a savings account situation, and you can have the secured credit card. And again, none of those credit card companies will pull or put a hard inquiry or a soft inquiry or any kind of inquiry. They don't even check your credit at all, but they do report to Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion to help you build your credit. Now, this is the secured credit card program I recommend. I recommend you get the Bank of America secured credit card. And the cool thing about this, of course, they're going to do a hard inquiry. But here's the deal. If you put in, say, $500 into a secured Bank of America credit card, after 12 months of making timely, perfect payments, by the 13th month, they're giving you back that $500 or whatever amount you put in. And it turns into an unsecured credit card. And Bank of America is an amazing bank. It looks really good on, when creditors are pulling your credit for their applications that they have on file with you. And it looks like a very above board, internationally well-known bank. It holds more weight when it comes to creditors, lenders, and especially if you're trying to get a house, mortgage, lenders that are looking at your credit. It looks way better to have Bank of America on there than, Open Sky or, some other credit card company. Now, here's some other credit card options that I recommend, like for those of you that want unsecured credit cards, you have bad credit, you don't care whether or not you have to take a hard inquiry or not, then there's a couple options that I do recommend for you that can get you roughly around $1,500 in unsecured credit, even if you have really bad, shabby credit. You have Destiny. That's an option that can get you up to $1,500. You have Milestone. That's also an option that can get you up to $1,500. You can also, consider other options as well. Like Destiny and Milestone are probably my favorites, but then of course there's Indigo. So for those of you that know Indigo usually gives people about $1,000 if you have really bad credit, but they can get you up to $1,500. And again, this is for bad credit applicants, and this is it's an unsecured card. So it's not a secured credit card, but they will pull your credit and they do a hard inquiry. So this is outside of the realm of what I was talking about in the very beginning, which is either a no ding, credit card, or a no credit pull at all credit card, which is your secured credit cards. But the credit cards, Destiny, Milestone, and of course Indigo, they will actually do a hard inquiry, but they can get you up to $1,500 in unsecured credit, even if you have bad credit. So those are some options for you as well. So if you like the content, please give me a nice thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, drop some comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. If you have not been part of my school community yet, go to school.com/Monica Main. You can communicate with me directly, ask me questions. That's the only way you can communicate with me. So if you try to call my office, you're not going to get a hold of me. If you try to send me personal emails, not going to work either, but you can DM me directly at school.com/Monica Main, especially if you want a credit audit. And you can get a free credit audit from me by simply going to the Classroom tab, going to Credit Audit, and I can actually do a free audit for you for those of you that want me to actually take a look at your credit reports. This is Monica Main signing off, and I will see you in the next video.